A moment when the ground beneath her feet no longer feels solid, when the road ahead disappears into fog, and no one, not even the kindest voice in the room, can tell her what happens next. Her name was Amani. It means peace, but peace was the one thing her life had never quite felt like. She was 28, living in a small rented room with a window that let in just enough afternoon light to keep her plants alive. She had a steady job at an accounting firm. Steady, but small. Passed over for promotion 3 times, she had grown to hate the word her manager kept using. Fine. You're doing fine where you are. Fine was the word people used when they meant nothing was going to change. At night, she would lie in the dark, holding her Bible without opening it, whispering into the silence. God, I know you're real, but do you see me? Are you going anywhere with me? Or am I just stuck, waiting for a door that never opens? Then, one ordinary Tuesday, the door opened. A finance company 300 kilometers away needed someone to help build a new branch from the ground up. A former coworker had passed along her name. They wanted to interview her. Leave everything you know. The words landed like stones in still water. Leave her church. Leave her aging mother, whose hands had begun to tremble when she poured tea. Leave the market woman who always slipped her extra tomatoes. For a job she wasn't even sure she'd get. That night, Amani opened her Bible. Not out of duty, but desperation. Her hands found their way to Deuteronomy 31:8, a verse her grandmother used to speak over her as a child. It is the Lord who goes before you. He will be with you. He will not leave you or forsake you. Do not fear or be dismayed. She read it slowly. He goes before you, not beside her as an afterthought, before her. Already standing in the office she hadn't entered, already present in the city she'd never lived in. This was the same word God gave an entire nation standing at the edge of the Jordan River. 40 years of wilderness behind them, walled cities, and uncertainty ahead. Moses, their only leader, would not cross with them. And into that fear, God didn't promise ease. He said, "Do not fear or be dismayed. Fear will visit, but it does not get to stay. I go before you. Whatever waits on the other side, I have already stood on that ground." Amani realized she was standing at her own Jordan, and the fear she felt wasn't proof God was absent. It was proof she was about to cross into something that mattered. Weeks later, she sat in a borrowed blazer in an unfamiliar waiting room, her stomach in knots. When the hiring manager asked why she wanted a role so far from home, Amani answered honestly, "I think I've been standing at the edge of my life for a long time, waiting to feel safe before I moved. That certainty never came. So I'm moving anyway, with the fear still in my hands, trusting I'm not walking into this alone." She got the job. The night before she left, her mother took her hand across a small table. "I named you Peace, not because your life would be easy," she said, "but because I needed to believe something steady could live in you, even in the hardest seasons. God was in the room the day you were born into grief. He will be in the room as you build a new life in a strange city. He goes before you, my daughter. He always has." The first months were not a fairy tale. Lonely dinners, unfamiliar streets, a Sunday spent visiting 3 different churches before one finally felt like home. But 3 months in, standing at a new east-facing window, Amani realized she had stopped waking up afraid. Not because the challenges had vanished, but because she'd learned the difference between a fear that controls you and a fear that simply visits when you have somewhere steadier to stand. Maybe your Jordan River looks different. A diagnosis, a relationship on the edge, a dream you've almost stopped believing in. Whatever it is, hear this. He goes before you. He is already in that room, already holding tomorrow before it reaches you. He will be with you, not later,